guys? This is Coach Vic. Just wanted to throw you guys out a quick message today. Check us out, Champion Development Academy, if you want to learn the strategies to go from competitor in the marketplace, in your business, with your family, with your body, and go to champion, so where you can be champion in your business, your body, and the rest of the areas of your life. Go to Champion Development Academy. Check us out, hit us up, fill out the application. Let's see if you're fit for the champion army that we're putting together for men like you. Shooting a quick, or wanted to shoot you a quick message today. Something I kind of had an experience with. I was kind of reminded today by my sister because I was taking my dog. I have a dog named Ox. It's an American Bulldog. I took him to the vet. So when I got Ox, I got him as a secondary dog because the other dog that we have from a litter from the parents who are champion bloodline over here, American Bulldogs, he passed away. So we got this other dog. But when I got Ox, all the other dogs in the litter ended up getting sick, and they ended up getting parvo, and all of them died. He had parvo too. He's the only one to pull through. So the breeders connected with me and they go, hey, we're really sorry about the other dog. Do you want this puppy that we have? He's a fighter. He's this, he's that, So I'm like, okay, cool. So I get him, man. Literally, man, he's like this big. So, we go home and we get him, and I'm like, okay, and, let's name him Ox, and he's going to be this and he's going to be that. So through the course of time that I have him, man, he just kind of grows up and starts to look like this rabbit. And I'm like, okay, we got a really bad pig. So I went through all these different phases of raising him, to thinking that, I think I'm going to get rid of him. I think because I got this specific dog or breed of dog from this specific champion bloodline breeder for the reason that what he was going to look like, that grown-up dog, big muscular, big head, big sloppy disc, strong stance, and that was the dog that I was going to utilize to protect my family. So you figure over time, Ox just continued to look like a bunny rabbit. He would never listen to me. He would always chew up stuff. He chewed up my wife's underwear, chewed up our food. He would eat so much dog food, it seemed like he would just never listen. He would never do what I was teaching him and telling him to do. So when I had like a health injury, I went blind in an eye, and I was in the bed for a long time. So I would always be able to reach over and feel Ox laying there. So when I came out of the injury and I started doing the healing stuff, I kind of made an agreement with myself that I wouldn't get rid of him. So I never got rid of him. Now, lo and behold, years later, Ox looks really good. He's grown up, he's big, he's nice and solid, and he protects the family. He does everything that I wanted him to do, which leads me to my next really scenario and conversation with you. Now, your business is the equivalent of that. You may have a champion business that came from a champion bloodline, whatever your message is, whatever your model is, whatever the things that you're following. And when it starts off, you're going to grow this thing, and it may be really small. And it may not look the way you want it to on its way into growth phase. But if you stick with it long enough, you feed it the right things, you grow it the right way, you exercise learning how to create your message, how to do your marketing correctly, you put all the systems in place to be able to do it, you implement the strategies necessary for you to do what's necessary as the owner of your business to create the standard of what you think that your business and entrepreneurship should be. To agree that these are the standards that you're going to always have with your business, as well as execute all the time, daily, to help your business grow, your message grow, your marketing grow, the sales side grow. You do all the things necessary. Eventually, you will have a champion business, just like I realized at the time that I got a champion bloodline dog that I wanted to look a certain way, but in the beginning phases, it did not. I was trying to force something, not realizing that I personally have to put the time into growing my dog, growing what initially is providing and protecting my family, the same way that my business needs that same amount of growth, the same amount of effort coming from me as the owner of it, to learn my craft, to learn what makes my business the champion, to learn how I need to be the perfect person for the business that I'm running to eventually provide for my family. And I thought that this was perfect for that because let me tell you, a lot of you guys have the skinny, scrawny business, the skinny, scrawny message that looks like a rabbit with his ear standing straight up like this, even though you're expecting it to be this champion bloodline, strong stance, muscle build dog with the big muscle build business with the big head, big jaws that looks ferocious and is now providing for you, even though you haven't put the work into doing it. You haven't walked it, you haven't watered it, you haven't cleaned up behind it, you haven't taught it to sit, lay down, go lay down, you haven't taught it to do the things necessary to produce the champion that you wanted to. But let me tell you, you don't have to go it alone. I continue to grow. We continue to do stuff. We continue to get results for people like you that have the business that needs to be put into time out sometimes, so you can go back as an owner and grow your business the way you need to and become a champion owner, a champion driver of the business that you have, so it can start to provide for you. It can start to protect you. It can start to do the things needed for the same reason that you got it for, rather than constantly letting it grow on its own and you not spend the time to cultivate it, because it is what you need. So by doing those things, you can put together, you can have exactly what it is that you want. And I wanted to kind of express that because I was thinking like, man, you know what? This is the same thing. This is the same thing I did with the business. Started it off, I wanted it to look a certain way. It wasn't looking a certain way, but until I began to cultivate myself and cultivate it, then it began to grow. Same thing with my dog. I bought this dog and I wanted to look a certain way and it looked like a bony ass rabbit. It wasn't listening, wasn't doing what I told it to, but over time it began to be something that I utilize to protect my family. It's my, we rely on my dog. And it's the same thing as relying on your business, relying on your message, stepping into the space where you know exactly what you have, not based on what you see it as today, but based on what you know it could be in the future. Again, this is Coach Vic. Slight message, not a yelling, screaming rant message, not something that's scripted out or anything like that, but it's a message I want to share with you guys about my experience today, and hope that adds up to your own personal experience, looking at your business, looking where you are now, looking where you want it to go, and looking also where you want it to grow in the future. So if you need anything, check us out, championdevelopmentacademy.com. You need any strategies to kind of help move you forward, join the Champion Army, go from where you are to where you want to be with baseline steps to get you there without all the headache and bullshit that you've been going through. Give me a shout. All right, laters.